let's talk about the best Oasis song, or at least my favourite Oasis song, mostly because it features a flying V. And I just remember watching the video, God knows, when I was very, very young, I assume. I was like, whoa, why is Noel playing this weird spiky guitar? Never thought I'd put a capo at second fret of this particular guitar before, but here we are. I also never thought I'd play the chords to Wonderwall on this guitar, particularly as well, because they are essentially the same chords in this song. We've got E minor 7, G, D sus2, and A sus4. And you can play that with keeping these two fingers down, which is pretty nice if you're just learning this for the first time. Or you can keep that high E open if you want on this D and A chord. But I think that sounds pretty nice on the E. Rather easy, but yeah, this song was released in the 7th of July 1997, a year after I was born, which is kind of mad. With that said, Oasis still quite early in their career, and I think this track is particularly interesting because it does have a bit more to it. Feels like as an actual song, a recorded song, that there's more layers and kind of more thought behind it. Not to mention also, you got the Morse code at the start, even a bit of wah on the guitar, and the helicopter kind of sounds like whooshing in the start. And all that kind of stuff is just, yeah, a bit more kind of thickening the sort of musical landscape that is maybe not done by Oasis at that time. It was all just a bit more stripped back and a bit more rock and roll, which is absolutely no problem at all either. But yeah, we kind of got something a bit different going on in this song, which is probably why it speaks to me so much. When I first saw it, everything was just different and it was a bit more eye-catching, especially, yeah, from the video perspective, of course, but then also on the audio, it just felt a bit more like there was something to it. We've got some classic kind of similar to Supersonic in a way, but he loves that kind of thing, doesn't he? The chords pretty much repeat throughout the whole song, really, other than I think there's like a kind of a instrumental section with a bit of a solo, and I'll let Noel take it away now and he can tell us a bit about his solos.
I think if you'll find, I actually play the same guitar solo on about 14 of our songs, really. But it's a good guitar solo though.
Thank you for that, Noel. The bridge section, I guess you could call it. Meet my maker and I made him cry. Really like that. What great lyrics. I met my maker, I made him cry. Really, really cool. And it's kind of cool to hear Liam like going for it in that bridge section. And it feels almost like the chorus in a way, but a very, very strong bridge. And then, all my people right here, right now. You know what I mean? And those chords just simply go round and round and round. There's a bit of a vague meaning to this song. I don't know if there's much behind it, to be honest, which is actually kind of cool. I don't think lyrics always have to mean something super, super deep. It's just nice. Bit of a question. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Sounds cool, but don't really know what you mean, actually. And in the instrumental, we have a C major 7 to a D sus2. Again, just kind of keeping that very open Oasis sound. Lots of open strings, lots of sus kind of sounds, and then strumming. If you're struggling with that strumming, kind of keep your arm as loose as possible. No tension. I think if you're changing the chords nice and early, especially with these kind of chords when there's already so many open strings, it doesn't really matter, does it? You kind of you don't even notice half the time that chord's just ringing out because mostly because of those high strings. So that's a bit of a tip for you right there, and it works really well in this song because it's mid-tempo, or pretty much, well, it's slower to mid-tempo. The capo being at 2nd fret, so this kind of being F sharp, when you actually think about the chorus, it beefs it up a lot more. It's like that tighter sound being a bit higher. Yes, that is a rock song and a half, and made even better by the use of a flying V. Very, very cool Noel. And I think there's a little bit of a story behind some of his flying V usage in the past, and it's all very, very cool stuff. So there you are, nice and easy. That's my favourite Oasis song, and perhaps the best Oasis song. But yeah, what do you think? Comment your favourite. Did you go see them? Have you seen them yet? That would be interesting to know. Drop us a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Let me know what kind of things you'd like to see in the future, and I'll see you in the next video.